Okay, good morning. Haven't been doing much this weekend. Rob had rain yesterday, so he was kind of tired and been doing some housework and cooking. Right? You did a lot of cooking yesterday, didn't you?
Well, I did some. Yeah, I did. In case we lose our electric on Wednesday, they still calling for a chance
So you
of
did
some more storms coming
hamburgers,
around. But this week,
spaghetti,
this weekend was just eh.
say hamburgers, spaghetti, and you mentioned something else.
Manwich.
Oh, yeah, okay, sloppy Joe or
I've been
whatever.
eating that. I've been eating that. Yeah.
All right. Well, you watched some football yesterday. I didn't. Any takeaways from yesterday?
Well, yeah. I'll tell you what. If you when you bench your best players,
Yeah.
aka Steelers, Ravens, and Ravens had eight inactive players just for the heck of it. They just simply said they're inactive. They didn't say they were
So
hurt
it
or
ended
not.
up being eight because I had seen something about six.
It was six originally, and then they had two more they ended up bringing over. It was one was a defensive lineman, and I want to say one of their offensive linemen they ended up putting. But they were
Were they
just
allowed
fearful
to
for them.
activate any practice squad guys or anything doing
Yeah,
that?
they did. That's the thing. You activate practice squad guys. My only thing is this: what good are you doing if you still end up taking Lamar Jackson and have him stand out in that rain, 3-4 inches of rain? Number one, I would have had him in a booth. I would have said, take a booth. Don't worry about the sidelines. Sit in the booth and look. Maybe you can even talk or watch your offensive coordinator and see what he sees from up top. I think it would have been excellent. That's what I would have done. Any of those guys that were not active, I would have had them up top somewhere looking down at the action. I will say this much. Kudos to the Steelers. They're still probably not going to make the playoffs, but my God, if they didn't really, really try.
Yeah, I
They
suppose
really
you
put
could
the
look
effort
at
in.
it like, oh, yeah, you're not playing, but you can still work.
Yeah,
You
and the
know,
thing of it is, people, it's easy to say this.
Hey,
50-50 chance Jaguars lose today. Before it starts, it's 0-0. You don't know what happens. Jags lose today. Phillies, Jags lose today. Then Steelers are in. Steelers are in. And I tell you what, people are making light of Mason Rudolph. I'll say this much. They got 11 on the defensive side of the ball that will and are not scared of hitting you. I don't want to play them if I'm Buffalo. That's for damn sure. I don't want to play them if I'm Miami. And I'm telling you, there's a chance one of those two teams possibly would have to play the Steelers next week. And I'll tell you what, that is not going to be good.
well, is Pittsburgh possibly a number set? Well, either way, they could be Baltimore's first opponent, right? After a bye week.
no, well,
No, they couldn't.
no.
No. Well, yeah. If they
If they're the
win,
lowest
they
team
would be.
remaining.
Yeah, if they win, they would be Baltimore's first opponent because they're going to be a 7. They're going to be a 7.
Well, even if they were a 6 and the 7 lost and Steelers won, I mean, it'd still be the lowest seed.
Yeah, but they're not that high because the other teams have better records than them. They're going to be either a 6 or a 7.
If they get in.
Let's say they are 7, guaranteed. If they play either Miami or Buffalo next week, then they play Baltimore, who they beat twice this year. They beat them both times, and you got to think about that. They only lost 4 ball games, and 2 of them came to Pittsburgh.
And one was against the Browns, and then who was the other team that beat them?
Who beat Baltimore?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Let's see.
It could have been, yeah.
Houston?
Was it?
Hold on,
Must have been on the road, huh?
Let's see.
What Dallas?
No.
Let's see here.
What Buffalo?
Oh.
What the Niners?
They pulled out the Ram game in overtime.
And then they whooped up on the Lions.
Oh yeah, they clobbered Lion.
Let's see here.
They lost to Green Bay, did they? No.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
Was
They
it
whooped up
Minnesota?
They whooped up on the Texans. That was a scoregami game, I think.
Minnesota?
Colts.
Colts. Oh, that's right. That's right. They went to Indianapolis and got beat.
No, I think the Colts beat them in.
Oh, in
That was
Baltimore.
the day that kid, the kicker, had like 4 50-yard field goals, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that makes all the sense in the world. Yep.
No, it doesn't.
So-
It doesn't.
So yesterday, how about this one? Me and Tim both picked the road teams to win, and they pulled it off.
I
No
went with
score
the-
guys yesterday, was it?
No.
No. Early games today. Have you got the 1:00 games in front of you, Keith? I don't have them.
Oh, I did.
CBS. I do know Washington, Dallas is late. I do know Philadelphia, New York Giants is late.
All right. Early today, we got Falcons, Saints.
Falcons and Saints. Both of them implications going to the playoffs. They can do it.
The Falcons are only 7-9, but
Well,
Saints-
the winner
both
of that
of them can go-
game
Falcons
wins
can
the
go to the-
division if Tampa loses.
Yeah, Falcons can win. Falcons can. They can go into be in the playoffs. Yep.
and Tampa's at Carolina, who has
Carolina.
nothing to lose. So Carolina, will probably be playing balls out today. I would imagine they should have been all year.
Right.
Yeah. But we all picked the Buccaneers. I've heard there's chances that Bryce Young will not be in that and will be inactive for this game. That's a hell of a change if they end up taking him out.
Right.
So we'll see what happens there.
Mhm.
Yeah. NFL playoff scenarios.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. They showed McCarthy out there on the Washington's field. I don't know if the guy was the guy that keeps the field mowed or what, but they were down there rubbing the grass and then kind of rubbing their fingers together like this, kind of like they were feeling the moisture or something in it.
Well, one thing about it, I will say this. If they got anything like what we got yesterday, there was water standing in most people's yards here an inch, a damn inch. It went up that way. It came exactly that way in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Both. And the
Yeah,
hell,
that
if you
was a-
watched the Baltimore game, did you watch any of the Baltimore game, Tim?
Yeah. A little bit. Probably second half mostly.
It was a torrential downpour, Keith.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell Jackson should have even been on that field. He should have been in a booth watching that shit.
And,
He really
and
should.
essentially he was on the sidelines, but yeah.
Yeah, but I would even had him in the weather because, man, I'll tell you what, that's just crap weather, man. That's just not weather you.
But being up in the booth would have been a good idea to look at what the Steelers defense was doing and stuff in case they do have to play them in the playoffs.
They got
You could
film
maybe-
on that. I mean,
They
that's
do, but you can still see what guys are doing, and they have a different.
And you know, like you say, Baltimore, their first game would be probably against the Steelers if the Steelers do make it in the playoffs.
Well, if they win on the road, they have to win on the road. But
if they are able to pull off the win, otherwise, obviously,
which would be
they'll
against
probably play a 4 or 5 or
Buffalo
6.
or maybe
They won't. Yeah, they could end up with Buffalo if Buffalo loses today. Hell, Buffalo could be out of the playoffs if they lose today.
right. Yeah, and essentially it's winning they're in for Buffalo. Miami loses.
But they could make the playoffs even if with a loss, I think.
is Miami the
no,
leader?
Buffalo cannot. Miami can.
Oh, okay.
Miami.
Buffalo.
Miami has clinched a playoff spot. Trust me, I looked at that last night. I was like, okay, they had already clinched after their recent slide. But go ahead. Yeah. So
That's tonight.
thankfully, it's Buffalo or Jacksonville lose, then the Steelers get in.
All right, we've got the Browns at the Bengals.
Not much is going to happen. Essentially, it's make sure nobody gets hurt.
If the Jags lose today, Buffalo's in.
Yes.
Yes.
Lions at home against the Vikings. There's not really much to play for there except maybe a seeding for the Lions.
The Vikings can make it playoffs. Vikings are still in the playoff race. Now they got to have a whole lot of help.
Yeah.
All right.
Jets,
Vikings
Patriots,
will clinch a playoff berth with a win. The Packers must lose. Seahawks have to lose, and the Bucs lose.
Yeah, so they need a whole lot of help.
Or if the Vikings win, Packers and Seahawks must lose, and instead of the Buccaneers losing, the Saints losing. But if you look at things, all right, look at it piece by piece. First off, they have to win. That could happen. Number two, they have to count on a Packers loss.
Yep.
They're playing the Bears. I mean, we've got more guys in our chat that like the Bears winning this week than they do the Vikings. So that little piece, you put that little piece of the pie to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Seahawks loss. Well, Seahawks
Arizona.
Okay, they're playing Arizona, and I'm hearing there's a chance that their quarterback may end up being on the sideline, not playing this week. So,
which team?
Seahawks.
Okay.
Geno
Smith. He may not play but they still can make it too. Because all they've got Seahawks are in. If they win and the Bears win, that's all they need. They're in.
Yeah, that's essentially all it is. Yeah. Yep.
So Geno Smith, the only way he's not playing is if he's injured. But I heard he's been hurt. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Seahawks have a lot of ways to get in. And, at Arizona, late game, who knows what could happen. But
let me see what time that Green Bay game is also at 4:25. So
yeah, there are some of these. A lot of the playoff scenario games are at 4:25. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, Jacksonville's going to take care of the essentially.
So if the Packers win, they're in.
Yes.
Packers win, they're in. That's
all they have to do.
That's all they got to do. But if they lose and the Seahawks win, Seahawks have their own destiny. They're in. They don't have to worry about nothing.
Yep.
Can the Browns move up any kind of way?
No, they are stuck.
Why would Flacco even be dressed?
He is not. Jeff Driscoll is the starting quarterback.
I didn't say that. He's dressed though. He's second. He's backup quarterback today. Yes, I just saw it.
String maybe because
I just saw it. I got it right here.
Okay,
they had him throw it at foot.
Third string.
I wouldn't have him activated.
They don't have anybody. That's the problem.
But the fact is, they could have went and picked somebody up off practice. I would have went and picked somebody off the street this week rather than had him out there throwing. No way.
I if I had to, I'd put him at the third string.
Yeah, they say he's back up. Because they're talking right here, Flacco, pregame headquarters.
This is his fifth quarterback. He has four quarterbacks with multiple starts, and they have got wins. He lost his top rusher early in the season, Nick Chubb. He's lost his top three offensive tackles, but continues to do that.
He's got to be coach of the year.
Yeah. Lions, if
Stefanski.
Well, if Stefanski didn't have four quarterbacks to run through, Ryans.
So is it true he's had five quarterbacks play for him this year?
Yes. Flacco, Watson, Thompson Robinson, Walker, and now Driscoll.
You also have to give a ton of credit to Joe Flacco. Coming in off the couch, performing.
And the Steelers eliminated Denver, Cincinnati, Las Vegas. Denver and Cincinnati.
Really special stuff.
And as a veteran quarterback, who do you lean on? A veteran wide receiver. Amari Cooper has been absolutely fantastic in this offense. Now, he ain't just he drives out. The last couple of games,
I'll tell you this. I'm with, but Harris has said it all along. He said that's a guy that never got a chance in Baltimore. I'll say this much: if Baltimore, if Cleveland does not sign him, which I don't think they can, I don't know where they'd have the money to. There's got to be 10 teams that's going to be like, "Hey, we want you, even if we sign you for a 2-year deal." Somebody's got to want him because, man, he's playing. He is balling, man.
And now they're going over the picks for the Super Bowl picks at the beginning of the year for the CBS analysts.
Hold on for a second. I got somebody knocking on my door.
You got to make sure Flacco would want to play, though. I mean, he's got to keep himself in shape in the off season.
I think before the season started, let's see.
I mean, Flacco might be enjoying this one last run, but he might not really have plans to go on.
Boomer thought that the Jets were going to make the Super Bowl. Oh, good God, that was before Rodgers got hurt. Yeah.
Who said that? You,
no,
Tim?
Boomer, they went over all the CBS analysts' Super Bowl picks before the season started.
Oh, yeah, well.
And
Boomer,
so I'll run them through you here. Sims went with the Eagles and
I got it right here. Oh shit.
Eagles Dolphins. Then Cower went Eagles Jaguars.
Okay.
That could still happen, but unlikely.
Nate Burleson went 49ers Bengals.
Yeah, that went down in flames with Burrow.
JJ Watt went to Eagles Chiefs, and then Boomer went Eagles Jets.
TJ Watt looks like he's out for the playoffs now.
That's torn MCL. Yeah,
he's out. Definitely next week. Definitely next week. And if he can avoid surgery, he's supposed to go down to Alabama. Andrews.
Yeah, Dr. James Andrews.
I don't remember what my Super Bowl pick was. It was probably 49ers Bills, but I can't.
I think when I made mine, I think I said Chiefs Niners. I think
that would be that would be a very sexy pick that'd be a lot of people watching.
But right now, after today, I tell you, I like Cleveland. I like Cleveland. I think Cleveland has got something going on. I think right now they could beat Baltimore in Baltimore. I think right now they could go to Kansas City and beat them. I think they
could do things, but
I think they could beat Miami or Buffalo. I don't think every team could do that. I don't.
Right now, I don't think the Chiefs are going to get that far.
Do what?
I don't think the Chiefs are going to get that far just because they haven't been able to count on their receivers enough.
I don't trust their offense.
Their offensive line.
If they get 14 down on somebody, it used to be they could just walk down the field and just take it.
The Chiefs have always had the problem of not putting 4 quarters together. It seems like they have like one great quarter in a game. They'll have one pretty good quarter. They'll have one. They might score, they might not. One bad quarter, it seems like. So they play 4 different quarters in a game.
And who is that? Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another team that is just the opposite of that. They play either really 4 good quarters or they play 4 awful quarters, and that's Miami. Miami, if you beat them upside the face, it looks like they don't have a whole lot for you. Now, tonight, I'm going against the grain. I'm saying Miami wins.
Yeah.
But a team like Baltimore, a team like Cleveland, a team like Pittsburgh, I don't think they got a chance in hell against those kind of teams. Buffalo, I don't see Buffalo as that slap you in your damn face team. I don't think they are. I think they're more of a damn I call them finesse. I still think Buffalo's a finesse team. Those NFC North teams, they slap you in the face, and then after they're done, they like to spit on you. I mean, that's the way I like, and that's the way I like those kind of teams. Miami, I don't think they're going to go far. Same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo, man, Brian has it right. They can show up 2 or 3 weeks in a row. They're not capable of showing up 4 in a row. They haven't shown up 4 weeks in a row all year. This week they have to show up. If they do, they'll be the number 2 seed, and then they still have to go out and win 4 more games after that. I don't think they can do it. So Coach is ahead in the NFL picks so far. I wish we knew exactly. I know our percentages, but I'd like to know how many games we've gotten right and how many we've missed.
Looking at the teams that are double-digit wins, let's say, what would you say each of those teams' biggest weapon is, and what's their Achilles heel? Like if you look at Buffalo, for instance,
what's your biggest weapon?
Yeah, what's the thing that they can do the work, hurt you the worst with? And what's their Achilles heel? What makes them vulnerable?
Their Achilles heel is Josh Allen.
Yeah, but he's also the one who can burn you. The same, right. I think it's the same piece. Yeah. Josh Allen can spin around and be Batman 1 minute, and the next minute be the Joker. You just don't know what the heck you're getting with him, man.
All right, I'll tell you right now, the one Browns Achilles heel, run blocking sometimes.
Yes, and that's the same thing with Buffalo. Their offensive line, they can go as far as their offensive line takes them.
But their weapon would be their pass rush?
Buffalo's?
No, Cleveland.
Yes.
Oh, yes, no doubt. And their ability to run the football. When they're able to run the football, they are hard to beat. They really are.
Injuries there this year with it.
Huh?
They lost their running back.
Right. Well, the other part is that as long as, and I guess Flacco, if he has to be on the move, Miami's Achilles heel is their lack of. Well, okay. Oh boy. It's the fact that I'd say their defense is their biggest Achilles heel now because they lost Bradley Chubb. They lost their starting linebacker. Yeah. I don't really see them getting much of a their pass rush doesn't scare me.
It's the physical part of the game,
right?
The power.
Yeah. What scares me about Miami is this: their defense is not going to beat you. So you got to count on
their weapon is their speed,
and their offense still lets you down sometimes because their offensive line can't protect Tua all the time, 6, 7, 8 seconds. They just cannot do it.
Yes.
That's the one thing in the playoffs they cannot afford to let down is their offensive line. If that means they have to outscore you, they have to outscore you. If that means they got to put 50 on the board, they got to do it. But their defense does not scare anybody. I don't think they're a top 20 defense.
The Dolphins kind of remind me a little bit of the Boston College from the late 80s, early 90s area. They'd go to Notre Dame, and they had some speed, and they could throw the ball. And there was a game they had in Notre Dame where they got up big on Notre Dame. But the problem was Notre Dame had a lot more size and strength on the offensive and defensive lines. And that wore Boston College down as that game went along. And Notre Dame came back and rallied and ended up going ahead of Boston College after being down a lot of points. And then Boston College had one last 2-minute drive, and they got down the field and kicked a field goal to win the game. But that's kind of the way I see the Dolphins. They can hurt you, but you can wear them down, and you can get
the Dolphins remind me of the 1980s Chargers. You remember watching the 80s Chargers with Fouts?
Yeah.
Sexy to sit there and watch them because they can drive it down the field on you. But the problem is they don't want to leave enough time for you because they don't have 11 out there can stop you. And that was the problem with San Diego.
Time of possession.
Always been the problem with San Diego. They've never had a defense that could just pop somebody upside the face and say, you ain't going there. San Diego's never had it. They've never had.
Well, I will say this: their Super Bowl team was probably their best defense.
And they still they could
season.
they just didn't have what
their 93, 94 season, like in that era when they had,
you're talking about the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
Yes.
When Junior Seau was there and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Robbie Harrison and Darian Gordon
Right.
and
No, I was going to say for the Dolphins. So yeah,
the
like
Dolphins,
around 1982,
their best defense was. That was in the 70s.
yeah, the no names.
The no names, yeah.
So
I mean,
it looks like for
Hernandez
me,
and Bonner-
my 1 o'clock game today is going to be. Looks like it's going to be Jags Titans.
All right. So what's
what's it looking like?
What's Baltimore's weapon in their
Lamar
vulnerability?
Jackson is their weapon.
Yeah, I would.
And
agree
his
with that.
legs. His legs.
And they have
if
that
they
one
get-
receiver
I'll tell you what.
that's
I'll give you another one. They have not. Nobody has been able to stop Isaiah Likely lately.
Yeah.
He's been really good lately, and I would consider him a weapon, especially without Mark Andrews. But
If they get down 14 points, Keith, I don't like their chances. That's just the way it is with me. I know a lot of people are like, well, he's MVP of the league. Yeah, maybe. I still think the kid with the 49ers is MVP of the league.
Now,
quarterback or
Flowers
running
has
back?
been pretty tough to stop too.
Who is that?
It's like
Flowers.
quarterback or running back for the 49ers.
Yeah, like I say, Zay Flowers, he sat out yesterday. He didn't play at all yesterday.
Right. So Flowers has been good too, and then they didn't have their running back didn't play. The guy that took over for J.K. Dobbins.
They
And also, what's his face was Gordon, the Rams running back. Was actually the one that tore up Chubb's ACL. I was watching Hard Knocks and didn't realize that was who was running the ball that play. All right, so I've got Vikings and Bears on Fox.
Packers Bears.
I'm sorry, I got Vikings and Lions on Fox. Too.
I got Vikings Lions too. I do too. I think Bears Packers are late.
Is Gus Edwards the guy for Baltimore that's running
Yes.
the ball? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I think we might have the same Fox games.
I got Vikings Lions, and then AFC I've got Jags Titans.
Okay, so you got the game that I kind of would want to watch.
And which one have you got? Which ones you got, Keith?
I don't know.
I guess
With the
you got
49ers, how would you analyze the 49ers right now? Do they have a weakness that you look at and you say, okay, well, this is where you can kind of exploit them a little bit? Or, I mean, obviously there's a lot of strengths on that team.
Yeah.
Sides of
Right.
the ball, but
The way to beat them is just like the way the Eagles beat them last year. You got to get to their quarterback.
Yeah,
And that's easier said than done because I think they got the premier offensive lineman out there. He could win MVP as far as I'm concerned, Eric Williams. But you know, stopping their run, stopping their short pass, stopping their long pass, it all starts with 13. You got to try to hit him and hurt him. You got
both
to.
of the NFC South games are the ones that I have here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
and I figured you would. And I've got the Dallas at Washington game.
Yep. So yours and my Fox schedules are similar. And then because I'm local to Cleveland, I get the Browns game on CBS.
Hey, Michael.
Any games that you guys would think you would want to change right now? Bears, Packers, Keith and
That's my
Keith,
lock.
both of you
No,
took
I
the
like the
Bears.
Bears.
I
think
took a pack. I'm comfortable taking the Packers this week.
I'm comfortable with the Bears. I mean,
Okay. Cowboys, Commanders.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. I got it on too.
Cowboys, Commanders. I'm more than comfortable having the.
Yeah, I don't think Washington's playing anymore.
I just don't see the Commanders coming doing a lot. Broncos, Raiders. That one now has me a little bit on the edge because
Neither team has anything to play for anymore.
the Raiders.
I think the Raiders have a lot
Raiders
to
can
play
make it
for.
playoffs. Yes, Raiders
As far as the
will make
playoffs.
the playoffs, and they're at home.
Well, the Raiders
That
can't make the
scares-
playoffs,
That
can they?
scares me.
No,
No.
I think they got eliminated. The Broncos got eliminated yesterday. The Bengals.
Broncos are out, but what I'm saying, the Raiders are at home. They can still make it.
I don't
No, they
think so.
can't.
Oh,
They're
they're
eliminated.
out.
They're
They're
out.
out.
No,
Okay.
they are playing. Essentially, they want to
Down
play
to the
for
Steelers
Antonio
and
Pierce's
Jaguars,
job.
basically.
Because
Okay. All right. Raiders are 12th, Broncos are 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down to
game-
the Steelers and Jaguars for the 7th spot.
So Jags and Titans, Titans are out. They're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Malik Willis could play some today. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, that Titans, I think, will put an effort out there. You know, kind of like, you know, you looked at Washington last year in the last game of the season against Dallas. Dallas might not have had much to play for. Washington didn't either, but they played hard, you know, with Howell out there, and they
and everything that the
White-
Titans play, the way they play, it's all on the ground. And I'm hearing that the running back will play today.
Okay, then that begs the question: if Tennessee is going to stick with this more ground offense, shouldn't they look to trade DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. The
'Cause
thing
that was
is,
supposed to be their big
the other guy is a free agent. He can go where he wants to.
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then you have to find somebody that throws
all indications on the East Coast say he's going to Baltimore, and that would just make the rich richer there, because I tell you what, he's 30 years old. He's got a lot of miles on him, but this year he's not played near as much as he's played in the last few years.
right.
I think he's dangerous. I think he could be dangerous.
he's had he had a couple really good games this year.
But not. Is he? He might be top 5 in rushing. That's the problem.
He could get out of
Looks like,
bounds.
you know,
No, he could get out of
New England signed or traded.
Oh God! Look at those Lions uniforms. Oh dear God!
I hate those.
Oh my! They look like practice squads.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Ooh,
Let's see.
Great.
I got to take a look at these.
they are awful. Look at those things. They pulled those out of the trash can.
To be honest with you, I
Those are
think,
all gray ones that they wore on like Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
got
I
those
love their
blue
helmets, but my gosh, the rest of it looks like shit.
oh, I don't even like the helmet.
Oh, I like your blue helmet. I do like it. I like your helmet, but
To be honest with you, I don't
helmet's
like.
nice,
I
but
don't
if
like.
you gonna wear a blue helmet, like either wear your white Holmes or either wear some type of off blue, but that gray, man, looks terrible. Bills, Dolphins, you guys are comfortable. You think the Bills win tonight? I think even Keith said he
And Driscoll throws an interception. Go figure.
I don't like most NFL uniforms nowadays. I just liked them a lot better back
The
in
all-white
the
Bengals.
80s.
Love it. The all-white Browns uniform.
That's
No.
yeah.
Oh, Jets and Patriots looks like it's in some bad
Eagles and Giants. Tim, Giants today. Looks like Saquon is going to be inactive or could be inactive for this game.
It's snowing in New England.
Yeah, I know it. It got snow in New England, but New York didn't. New York got rain. Does that change your pick today? Are you still thinking the Eagles just may come out just flat as crap?
I did pick the Giants to win.
Plus,
I think
I'll
Eagles
say this:
need to
what
play.
scares me about the Eagles today is this: the Eagles have got to know 300 miles south, the Cowboys are taking care of Washington, and if they lose, they still number 5.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, but they haven't played good in like 6 or 7 weeks.
I know. It's got to be a
You
feat.
gotta have. You gotta
It's
do
hard to just turn
something.
it on, turn it off. Yeah,
You
Yeah.
I know
gotta
what
do
you're saying.
something.
I expect a good effort out of them today, but Um, I just don't expect I don't expect Dallas and Philadelphia just straight down the line, just 40-0 games. I don't expect that. I don't. I think one of those teams is going to have a little bit of problems today, and it could be Philly. Vikings, Lions, we all you guys picked the Lions. I took Vikings. They just got a punt now right here. They're going to start about 15, 20-yard line.
Well, the Lions, that's another team I think that needs to do something good before they go into playoffs because
they probably do.
Like the Eagles, they just haven't played that well the last several weeks.
They had Goff just now playing, but I don't know how long he's going to play. He probably won't play a quarter even. I don't know. I think they're in the playoffs and they're number 3, so I don't think they can go nowhere. But it's all according to what this guy from Minnesota can do.
Really, the teams that are playing the best lately in the NFC as far as playoff contenders or teams in the playoffs are the 49ers, probably the Rams and Cowboys. Those are probably the 3 teams that are playing the best.
Yeah, and the first question you got to say when you think about Dallas is,
and the NFC South are just there right now.
Dallas better win today.
Can't win, but they just
Dallas better win today.
Yeah, they're vulnerable on the road.
They're going to be on the road all playoffs long, pretty much.
Well, but not their first game because all they got to do is win today, and they're home. They win the division, right?
Right, right. And then they wouldn't have but one road playoff game, if that. They may not even have that.
Right.
Well, a couple maybe, but if they had the championship game, they might have to go to Frisco, but
may have to. But it could easily be in Dallas. They could play 3 games. Three playoff games in Dallas.
Oh, nice interception by Bell on defense.
Do you guys think the way the NFC is set up right now for the playoffs, if the Niners lose, Dallas makes it to the Super Bowl. They clean through. It doesn't matter who they play in. They beat them at home 1, 2, 3. Do you think it, Tim?
Oh.
See, I think a triple.
I put it at like a 65% chance.
Right. I don't think it's 80 and 90%. What about you, Keith?
Well, McCarthy just always seems to do something stupid with the clock in the
go for two, or
this late in games. It's
close. 3 at his own 20 and go for it with 8 minutes left to go. Some crap like that. Something stupid. Yeah, you're right. To me, he's not a great coach.
I really think the Rams could be a tough out though if they get in there. And are they in there or have
they're in? They're number 3. They're number 3.
I think they're a tough out right now. Well, they have to be at least a 5, right? Because the 49ers won the division.
They're who is that?
The Rams.
Rams would be a 6 or a 7.
Yeah. Right.
But they've been playing good on the road even.
Yeah. That's a team that if I'm Dallas, I don't want to play them first round.
Oh no.
Because Cup and
Dallas beat them pretty soundly, I think, earlier this year, but
I don't want to play
them. That's the Rams' biggest strength right there. They'll go as far as Nakua and Cup can get them.
Yeah.
Because those 2 receivers they got, they may have the best receivers in football. I don't know.
Debo and
they're damn good.
Ayuk.
I was talking about the Lions.
Oh, Lions.
With Cup and that other kid.
Rams. Well, you're saying that Nakua and Cup are as good as Ayuk and Samuel?
The only difference is you got a tight end that's Pro Bowl caliber in San Francisco. Yeah. And then also you got the other kid, McCaffrey, who's I know he's inactive today. And why wouldn't he be?
Right. He's got the rushing title wrapped up.
Yeah, he's hurt too. He's hurt. They said something about he was in a boot or something this week. So he's got 2 more weeks to recover from it, Then he'll be playing. So
in the AFC right now, I Baltimore and Buffalo, I think, are probably the two teams that would be the scariest for me. to have to play. There's nobody.
I will tell you straight up.
South,
I think it's Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Well, Cleveland is kind of like the Rams of the AFC. I'll put that.
Pittsburgh, every time we have said they're dead, they go ahead and win. I didn't see them winning 10 games this year. We said, well, shit. Week 6, we had him getting fired. He's going to get fired before the season's out because they play such shit football.
Mm-hmm.
Lose their starting quarterback, lose their starting safety, lose their starting linebacker. Next man up. Like you said it yesterday, next man up, Keith.
Well, I'd be kind of facetious about it. That's just kind of
the Jaguars have a 3-0 lead, and they just showed on the break.
Lions going to run this back for a touchdown. No, he didn't either, but he ran it all the way from the 4-yard line all the way to the 50 punt.
But I don't really trust the Chiefs and the Dolphins.
You see, the thing of it is, it's hard for me to bet against the Chiefs because they've been there, they've done it. You know, they've been to the Super Bowl twice, won it once, lost it once. Actually, they've won it twice. They've been 3 times.
Yeah, but they're probably only going to get as far as Taylor Swift can take them.
They scare me. They scare me more. They scare me more.
I just annoyed Tim.
They scare me more than Buffalo right now. If I had to go 1 through 5, who I think the best team or the teams I think going to the Super Bowl, Cleveland's up top. I'm like, I think they got everything. I got Kansas City number 2. Number 3.
See, I got Baltimore number 1, but
it's got to be Baltimore. Then I got Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh better than I do Buffalo.
Well, they got to get in first, though. They got to have the Jaguars.
I know that. But they scared me more than Buffalo or Miami. I think I don't think there's a chance. I don't give either one of them a 10% chance of going to the Super Bowl.
I think I put Buffalo.
I don't think they got it. They don't have a running game, and without a running game, I just don't see them going nowhere. I think Miami could go farther with that offense they've got than Buffalo with their offense. Because Buffalo, they don't use that their wide receiver the way he should be. Stephon, was it Diggs? Diggs. Yeah, they don't use him the way they should. They don't throw enough to him. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that, Michael. I just don't think, especially after Miami lost their linebacker.
But I don't think like I say tonight. I think it just decides who's going to take the ass whipping. I think that's the way it works. Somebody's going to go into Miami or into Buffalo and beat the shit out of them. I really believe that. Pittsburgh lines up perfect with them. Cleveland lines up perfect with them. Kansas City, they could beat them. He got the ball at the 6-yard line.
Henry just had a good run for the Titans.
Oh, so he is playing today, yeah. I heard he was looking at some money if he ended up playing.
Touchdown Falcons. Falcons up 6-0 on the Saints. I think that was Mariota, wasn't it? Or not Mariota, I mean Ritter. Ritter threw a touchdown pass. So what team in the south of the NFC would you least like to have to play on the road against?
How about Saints? You don't know what you're getting with the Saints, and I think their defense might be the best. You don't never know what you're getting with Tampa either, though. Damn. Both. I don't think the Falcons scare me that much.
No, Falcons do not scare me at all.
Saints or the Bucks, either one could beat you. Could go in there, walk in there and beat you.
Yeah. Oh,
40, 35, 30. 30
Commanders?
yard screen pass.
Commanders?
Huh?
For the Commanders?
no, the Commanders don't play until 4 o'clock.
Oh,
Tennessee. Flea flicker. It was a flea flicker screen pass. I can't remember the last time I saw a flea flicker screen pass.
Just
But that's what it was.
that's what happens when your flea flicker only fools the linebacker.
I saw a guy just make a one-handed catch. Was that before?
That's
or
when your
after?
flicker's about ready to go out. You just call it a flea.
Flea. Do they bang on the drums if they're a flea? Or no, they play
Oh,
the
man, he's going to throw
play the
it.
bass.
What in the hell is this team doing?
Touchdown Lions.
What in the blue blazes of Batman are they doing? All
I
right,
think
you just try to flea flick. All right, what the hell? Let's try some other shit.
it was a flea flat.
Oh, flea. They just tried to flea. Now watch us one. This is called the flea F up. Now, all right. Look at the way you're setting up there. You got 3 wide receivers
Yeah,
at the top.
they're bunched up.
All right, but don't worry. One's coming down, and I'm gonna throw. And now I'm gonna throw it, and a screen pass to my quarterback. No.
That's
That's just trying to have
That's
some
drawing.
fun.
That's drawing shit in the dirt when you ain't even got.
Yeah,
dirt.
that's just trying to have some fun before the season's over. Is what that is.
That's drawing shit in the dirt, and you play it on turf.
But you
That's
get somebody
wrong.
hurt doing those kinds of things because they're sitting somewhere and somebody
It's
just screws
stupid.
off on them.
It's idiotic.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is sitting there laughing at him.
Oh, now they got a bunch on the right side.
Who is that?
The Titans. And then they throw a
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. They got 3 on the right side. They'll
And
probably
they
throw
threw
it
a
at the top.
screen. Oh, he got through. Touchdown. Did you see it?
Screen pass. Yeah.
He scores.
Yeah. So,
He split through the water. Let it out.
the Bengals are in the red zone right now.
We was making fun of a screen passes. And they
Look
laughed.
what they got out of it.
And, look at the Pittsburgh guy in the crowd jumping up and down. How about that shit?
Yeah, the Jaguars lose.
Jack Lambert jersey on. Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, Jack Lambert jersey, 58.
That's like 30 holding.
Jumping up and down, doing this shit. How many Pittsburgh fans went to Tennessee today?
Well,
they
they're
can
showing
get
that flea
tickets.
flicker screen now. Well, that one worked though, where they got down to the 40.
Sure enough, sign up there and said something about everybody here is a Steeler today. That's funny as shit. And he had the Steeler shirt on. Everyone here is a Steeler today. It's funny how each team ends up getting different people they want to
Out of the teams that are in the playoffs or in the hunt, which one had the worst start to the season? Was there anybody that started like 1-3 or anything that's in the playoffs?
If the Steelers make it, I don't think they.
How about
started.
the Rams? How about the way the Rams came out the gate?
Yeah, Rams didn't exactly set the house on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were 2-4, I think, starting off. I think they were.
And down at the 1 for the
NFL standings week 6. NFL standings this season after week 6.
Did the Jaguars get off to decent start? Or
They were 3-3 after week 6 were the Rams.
Cleveland 3-2.
Yep.
Texans 3-3, but
Touchdown Bengals.
Vikings can make it playoffs, right?
What's that?
Vikings could make it playoffs.
yeah,
Yep.
they got a little bit.
2-4.
Okay.
Rams 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
3-3, man. You think about it. A couple more losses, you're pretty much done for the season. But if you end up playing well, you're right in the middle of it. So
And
went down
7-0.
saw Dad today. He's doing pretty good. My brother still ain't called yet, Keith.
Really?
It's been almost 2 months. I don't know what they're hoping for. And Darlene, she's in Philly. Thank goodness she left Friday, not yesterday. She was considering leaving 2 and 3 in the morning Saturday, getting up out, but she had to go to a funeral yesterday. And then she's got another funeral Thursday to go to. 2 of her friends, both of their moms passed. How about that shit?
Hmm.
Pretty tough.
Michael, I forwarded you a link. I'm sorry I didn't earlier. I thought maybe I had done it already.
I'm gonna try to play second season before the end of the day today. Miami and Oakland. Then we'll have our championship games. We already got Rams at Philly. Rams got to go to the Philly now. These 2 teams play. Cleveland plays whoever in this one. So I want to say Cleveland might have to go to Oakland, but if they end up if Miami wins, they're at home. Miami, Cleveland. Sipe has played pretty well in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, that was that year's MVP.
He was MVP that year. Yep, you're right. MVP that year, and they still didn't make it to the championship game, AFC championship, did they?
Yeah, that was the year of the
San Diego.
interception and the
Oakland had to go to San Diego that year,
yeah.
and they got beat. San Diego did. Yep, Dallas and Philly.
Yeah, I remember watching that Cleveland-Oakland game. I was sitting there rooting for Cleveland, Tim, that whole game.
Was that a divisional? That was a divisional matchup.
Yeah.
Ice freaking cold. I was 5 months old.
So you don't remember it real well.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even remember in '85 when they were up big on the Dolphins and blew that lead too.
I was just about 10 years old when that Raiders.
Wow, nice play.
But yeah,
I've been going back watching some 1980s football. Man, fumbles and stuff back then. All they had to do is just have the ball in the hand for a quarter of a second. If somebody hit them, fumble, they didn't even think twice about it. They won't.
Yeah,
I'll
bring up the Golden Richards touchdown in the Super Bowl against the Broncos. There's no way that would have been called a completed pass now.
Yeah,
well, that was
like literally he hit the ground with possession for that split second. Oh, touchdown!
That was Butch Johnson. Well, there were about
Golden Richards had that touchdown against the Broncos. He dove, landed with it on the ground, and then turned over, and the ball came loose.
That was Butch Johnson.
Is it Butch Johnson? I thought it was Golden Richards.
No, Golden Richards caught the pass from Newsom.
Okay, so that's all right. Butch Johnson. So his touchdown.
Yeah, Newsom or Newhouse, whoever it was, the fullback that threw the pass.
It was Robert Newhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Golden Richards also play with the Jets?
No, the Bears.
Bears.
He might have been a Jet, but he was with the Bears.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's see what today's immaculate. I tell you what, since Immaculate Grid went to you could play it any time, I've played it less.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's no scarcity anymore.
Yeah.
I
ain't played in a long time, so. But I think I may get my second season out and try to play that in a few minutes in. So
there were at least a
get a
couple
chance.
passes where a receiver got the ball and got hit, and the ball came loose, and those would have been passes ruled incomplete today that were called fumbles back in that Super Bowl too. It was almost like where the receiver just got the ball in his hands and bam, didn't even really see it.
What do you think? What do you think Eagles have a chance? How much the Eagles have a chance against the Rams in 1980 here?
Well, the Eagles went to the Super Bowl that year.
They went to the Super Bowl, but I'll tell you what.
Ferragamo had a decent season, I think, that year. For
Ferragamo, yeah. He didn't play bad, but boy, he had a lot of interceptions. He must have threw a bunch at you.
The Eagles should win. They had a good defense.
Cullen Bryant must have had a hell of a year too, because he had good
running backs.
I might play that a little bit. I just these two games right here don't thrill me a whole lot. I might come back and watch some of the Eagles. I mean, not Eagles.
Was Wendell Tyler still with them then, or
no?
Not with them.
He hadn't got there yet. You talking about with the Rams? 82, 81, something like that. Elvis Peacock.
Hey, guys.
Willie Miller, Jurel Thomas.
How are you doing, sir?
Mike Newman, Eddie Hill.
Just didn't need to stop that guy talking.
What's up, Edward?
What does it mean? What does it take to get knighted over there?
Plenty of money.
Queen's ass.
You don't have a queen.
You don't have a queen. Oh, you can kiss a king's ass.
Yeah.
King dumbass.
Lifetime of good service, I guess.
My brother's a CBE.
Suppose you went. What? How about you did this? Suppose you had a piece of paper about 3 times this big. You walking in the city of London, and on it said "King Dumbass," and you just held it up. How long would it be before they lock you up? 2 or 3 blocks.
Yeah, well, they might not like it, but you know.
Oh, they'd lock you up. You get locked up.
It depends on where you're walking around. If you don't walk anywhere near Buckingham Palace, you're
walking in front of the palace and you put King Dumbass. Wow. You let the guys with the brooms on the head see that shit. Show that shit. You walking up and down doing that.
You might. Well, I mean, shouldn't get arrested because it's.
Oh, they would arrest you over there. Yeah.
No,
they might take it off you.
Yeah.
Oh no, they would arrest you over there.
Yeah, what for?
Freedom to fuck you up or something. That's what they call it over in England.
I didn't say they'd find some way of getting you.
Yeah, they get you. That's what I'm saying. They get you and take you around to the alley.
If you want to see how justice can be flaunted, there's a documentary just been on over here. It's called Mr. Banks versus the Post Office.
Oh, Mr. Banks versus a post office.
Yeah, if you can get that documentary, watch that. It's a true story about how the post office treated sub-postmasters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a computer.
Now, was that in England or was that over here?
In England, it's a true story, and they're still trying to get the money back from 25 years ago.
Now,
people went to prison.
Wow!
And the woman who was in charge of the post office
got a bunch of crooked shit too. It's crooked.
It's run by the government.
Oh yeah, well it ain't run by the government here.
But the woman who was at the head of the post office at the time, denying everything, ended up with a CBE. She ended up with an honour. and they're trying. There's a petition trying to get it to be taken off her. It's absolutely frigging disgraceful. The way that some people went to prison because they said they were stealing from the post office, and rather than admit that they've got a system that didn't work, they just
Atlanta 14, New Orleans 7, 71 yards. B. John Robinson.
I'm watching the Jacksonville game at the moment.
Tennessee 7, Jacksonville 3, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm watching.
Tennessee,
looks like
Jacksonville 7-3.
And
they got Tannehill playing today.
False start. Yeah. Oh, he's got it right this time. Oh, some of these calls.
Alan, have you ever attended like something where a funeral for the royal family members or anything like a parade or?
Can't do with that shit.
What did he say?
He says can't do with that shit.
Can't do that shit or something.
Bengals 7, Browns nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing against the royal family. I'm quite, I don't wish them ill will, but I
just
going and standing outside in the pissing down rain just to watch somebody get planted is not my idea of a laugh.
Get planted.
Even if it is a once in every 70-year occurrence.
Well,
Prince Willie. How many kids have they got now? Like 5?
Who?
Prince William and
well, they're not part of the royal family anymore, are they?
Which one's
William?
William?
Hell yeah.
No, Harry's the one who's
William.
William's the next in line.
Yeah, damn right. He'll be the next king. Him and Hottie. Whatever her fucking name is. I don't know.
Oh, Kate.
Kate. Yeah. Prince Willie. Oh,
Yeah.
not the redhead.
3, I think.
Not
3
him.
or 4.
No. Not the redhead stepchild. No, he moved to Canada or some shit.
Yeah.
He escaped.
Yeah, his wife is kind of a dingling, isn't she?
Well, he's a dingling too. That's double dinglings. That's
Harry and Meghan, is it?
Meghan Markle.
Airheads. Yeah. They named Candy after them dumb fucks. Airheads. He's a stupid ass. Well, hell, they came up to him somewhere in Toronto, and somebody thought he was a damn some singer, some singing guy.
What's his name?
Justin Bieber.
Huh?
Justin Bieber.
No.
Ginger-head.
Motherfucker looks
English
a lot
guy.
like him. He's redheaded.
English guy.
Oh, Harry
Yeah.
Styles.
No.
No.
What's his name?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah. Somebody walked up to him in Toronto and said, Ed, will you sign this for me? He had his wife right there next to him and looked at him, and he could have just said, I'm not Ed Sheeran. No. He come across and said, are you a dumb motherfucker? I'm a royalty, asshole. Or some bullshit like it. I heard somebody slapped the piss out of his mouth. I mean, popped him. That's the kind of shit he deserves, that asshole. He's a prick, man.
But he's not royalty.
A dickhead.
This is the thing. He's not royalty anymore.
Right. He ain't. But he still says he is. I'm part of the royalty. I'm part of the royal
them daft bastards at Netflix give him money because he is,
Well, I mean, with the one Netflix show, any name, image, or likeness, they give them money, right? The Crown, I think it was. Yeah, The Crown.
And how many kids has the other one got? Though? The other one's got about 5 kids.
No, he's only got 2.
2? I thought he had 4 or 5 in there. I know he got a little boy and a little girl, but I thought he had 2 or 3 little boys.
No, he's only got 2.
Oh, okay. I thought he had
And
more.
where's his wife from?
Oh, she's from England.
Okay.
She's English. She's English.
Better bred than that Canadian.
Touchdown, Bengals. I am going to turn this game off for a while.
Yeah, the Bengals on. I believe I took the Bengals today.
I think everybody did because we knew that the Browns were going to play anybody. Are there a couple people that took the Browns?
Keith and Mike took the Browns.
Well, isn't that what happened with Pittsburgh yesterday?
Right.
rain,
Because
Baltimore played,
rain, and
uh,
rain.
Baltimore didn't play nobody, and then they played in a deluge of rain, 2 or 3
Yeah.
inches of rain.
You see, they shouldn't allow that because that if Pittsburgh need to win to get in the playoffs,
They did too. They couldn't
Yeah.
make the playoffs. Yeah.
they should be made to play the players.
Nope.
Now,
If Diana was still alive, how would she be viewed today over there?
Oh,
well, it all depends on what would happen with Doty.
Right.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, is that you've earned the right by winning all your games previously to decide what you want to do in the final game of the season.
Yeah. That's why they let them do
You
what
don't
they
know
want
it
to
to
do.
these other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a
Vegas
rule.
don't like
I don't know what-
Vegas was even thinking about turning the odds off this week. That's what I
What
heard.
what they used to do
Yeah,
in
this is
many years back in the UK with soccer.
this is generally a week Vegas ends up.
You used to get a situation where the top teams, if they were in the cup, because Saturday used to always be the day you played your league games, and the cup games used to be played on a Wednesday. And if the top teams were playing a lower league team, they'd put a load of players like they do now, and they just put like 12 different frigging players on the field. But back in the day, in the 80s, there was a rule that said that you had to start 7 of the players that started in the first game. And I remember Leeds, they were playing in a cup game, and the following Saturday they were playing the game, and it was like at the end of the season, so they needed to win. So they replaced like 7 or 8 of the players for the cup game, and the FA made them pick 7 of the players that started that cup game to play in this important league game.
I wonder if they could come up with a thing where players would get a bonus for playing in a game after their team has clinched a playoff spot. Like,
Nah,
because they got
unless
hurt.
you made it all performance based.
Right. Incentive laden contracts. Yeah. That's the only way. But the problem there is this: it's not the player that don't want to play. The team don't want him playing.
Oh,
That-
God, yeah. I mean, I understand the reason behind it. It's just that, is that not the same as fixing a game?
well, they should say have something in the contract then that the player can say, well, if you sit me that last week and I want to play, then I should. still
Some
get
do.
that money.
Some do, Keith. I do know Brian Robinson, is that his name, for Washington? I think. I think he's got a contract in his contract. If for any reason that Washington decided to bench him, any incentive that was within 10%. So let's say, for instance,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
let's say
That's
for
reasonable,
instance,
yeah.
let's say for instance he had 900 yards, 990 yards, 910 yards, whatever,
Mhm.
and then with 1,000, he ended up getting a $100,000 bonus. If he was within that percentage for the season or whatever, and the way it was based on the season. So let's say he averaged getting 108 yards a game. They would just add that to it. And if they end up doing it, he ends up getting the performance laden he still gets it. If he was benched.
Nice
But
catch.
It
Bob.
ain't many of them get that though.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that 10%
Because
sounds
most of them end up getting big front end contracts, $2-3 million, $5 million, $7 million. They got him for grounding the football.
Some of these rules, I don't understand them these days.
What does the Premier League champion get for a prize? Just a trophy, or
Just a
Yeah,
trophy.
Well, there's a trophy, but there'll be millions of pounds as well.
$100 million. They end up making a whole lot more than the
do they have a
NFL.
parade for the team or something, or
Yeah.
an event?
Well, some do. Like Leicester City had a big parade. when
Yeah,
they
they
won.
usually. I mean, that's on the club, not on the.
And now
Unbelievable.
Leicester City's been demoted. How about that?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
they're playing in the Championship, but it's still a Premier League side.
Yeah.
They got an extra
Well,
£40 million pounds.
But
I wish I would have
getting
watched when
relegated.
Luton Town had their game when it was shown here in the States. Gee, and have you completed your stadium upgrades needed to be a Premier League team? No.
They spent about 10 million on it.
Okay, so they did spend the money. Okay, good.
Oh yes, they had to, or else they wouldn't have been allowed to go up.
Yeah, because they literally they play in a neighborhood. Like you could literally.
Yeah. The one of the turnstiles is between a row of houses.
Yeah.
How about Aston Villa being number 2 right now? Ain't that some shit?
Crap in it.
What if they won a cup?
They'll not win out. They're not good enough.
Huh?
I'll have to see what the standings are. Or
They're 3 points back. Aston Villa
Man, okay.
Yeah,
behind
but, you know,
Liverpool. They're 2 ahead of Man City.
yeah, but you know they've got to play Man City.
Is
It's not because they're.
Do you still think Man City's going to win it?
Yes.
It all?
I still think they'll win it.
Yeah,
are you
I
going to
think-
put a special flag up or something if Liverpool wins?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
He'll have 2 fingers like that in Liverpool.
He can't stand Liverpool.
Robbing bastards.
He's not a big Arsenal fan either, I don't think.
I don't mind Arsenal.
You don't mind Arsenal?
No.
Yeah,
Tottenham.
that's-
No, don't mind.
West Ham,
Yeah, they're fine. All of them. Just Liverpool.
Brighton and Hove,
Yeah, anybody but Liverpool. I don't care who
Man
wins.
United.
Yeah.
Newcastle,
Keep
Chelsea.
naming them, I'm going to say yes, unless you say Liverpool, in which case,
Right.
So which,
I mean,
which one?
I'll
Which,
tell you how bad it is. I'd rather Sheffield
Wolverhampton.
United win than Liverpool.
which
Huh?
of the teams are in?
I'd rather
Wales?
Sheffield United win than Liverpool.
What teams are in the Welsh area?
Cardiff, Newport, Swansea,
Fulham.
Wrexham.
yeah.
There's no Premier League teams in Wales.
Oh,
Do we have a touchdown for the Panthers? Ooh.
Oh,
Busy
that
Shaggy
one.
Chief.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, that's London.
Oh no, we don't. Maybe not. Unless he fumbled in the end zone and then
Nottingham Forest.
Just down the road.
I swear,
We'll see.
the little Tinkerbell used to fly around there and shoot his little arrow. Nottingham Forest. What was his name?
Robin Hood.
Hood.
Robin Hood. Robin Hood.
By the way, the
Y'all
three
ever have
teams-
little guys dress up like that and walk around the street and act like
I do it all the time.
huh? You
And
do
what-
it all the time. Oh, okay.
Oh,
and what was Little John?
What was he or who was he?
Yeah, what was he?
He was about 6'8".
Oh yeah, a little guy.
Yeah, that called him Little John because he was so tall.
Yeah, like calling somebody huge slim.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we got a guy that's somehow taken up for Everton for mine, and they're once again it looks like they're going to be sweating out whether they're going to be relegated or not.
They'll not. Everton not go down. They're too good.
Sheffield
No, they've
United.
not been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, but
Sheffield
they're
United.
only where they are because they took 10 points off them, didn't they?
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay,
Sheffield United, they're going to end up being that way too. They're going to get.
Yeah,
relegated.
heartbreaking, isn't it? Eh?
You don't care.
two
Yeah.
out of the three that got promoted are going to get relegated.
Well, it looks like at least 2 of the 3 that got relegated will get promoted. But like I say, when they give you £40 million extra than every other team in that league because you got relegated to that league, on the pretense of, well, you've got to pay your players so that you don't have to sell them, well, don't get relegated. I mean,
Yeah.
that's to me, that's fixing the league.
Yeah,
And what you've got is you've got Leicester, who went down, who are top. You've got Southampton, who we play next Saturday, who went down, they're third. And you've got Leeds, who went down, and they're fourth. Because they don't have to sell their Premier League players because they can still pay them.
right.
And then, so all the other teams then will spend and spend and spend to try and get promoted. And that's what happened to Sheffield Wednesday. They spent more money than they were allowed, and they ended up getting points deducted the following season. But what happens is if you get promoted, which is what happened with Aston Villa when they went up, Watford when they went up, they overspent, but they didn't get punished because the Premier League just go, they're our team. You can't do anything to them.
So the
So
lower
if you
leagues
spend the
are
money and you go up, you're fine.
yeah.
But if you spend the money and you don't make it, then you get punished.
Uh-huh.
Which is, to me, if Villa or teams like Watford ever came, which they did, they came down a couple of years back, they should have been automatically deducted 15 points for breaking the rules.
Swansea.
Swansea,
Yeah.
look, you is it?
They didn't
Look-
give them no extra money for going down.
They would have done when they went down.
Huh?
They get parachute payments for three or 4 years now.
Do they?
So it starts at I think it's 45 million this year, and then it goes down over the next 3 years.
Well,
That's
Sheffield.
why they're up at the top of the league.
they
not
made it to
Swansea.
the second.
Ipswich. How about that, Ipswich?
Yeah, they came up with us. They're playing real. I think they're second, aren't they?
They're playing really well.
Yeah, they won't stay there because they're gonna
Move back up.
they'll go back down because of the fact that they just don't have the money to sustain a big squad.
Well, Wednesday was the one that got promoted after that just wild finale.
My team.
Yeah, at the end of last year, we have another guy, my team, the trivia team that follows them. It was like he read me what happened at the end of the league last year. I was like, wow.
Yeah, we were 4-0 down after the first leg of the playoffs.
Yep.
This dumb jabroni stopped running. Oh, dumbass.
So can
He gets to the 10-yard line and
voluntarily get
stops.
relegated if you don't
He's
have
throwing you the ball, prick. Run, asshole. And then he overthrew you by 5 yards because you stopped running.
Keith's got a question here, Rob.
I said, can you voluntarily get relegated if you don't have enough money, or
No.
No.
it's whoever the bottom 3 teams are?
Well, yes, bottom 3. Yeah, unless it's the first division to the second, which is the bottom 4.
And we've got a score in the Jaguars game. They just threw a long touchdown pass.
Yeah, 10-7.
Yep. NFL Network gives you the budget red zone, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Oh well, I've got. Is it DAZN? DAZN?
Yeah, the
How-
zone. Yeah.
So I can watch any of them.
How did
Oh,
that
okay.
was it Ronaldo or whatever his name was do for United? Was it United?
What, Man United?
Wasn't there a good
He
player
played-
that went to Man United?
Yeah. Ronaldo.
Yeah, I thought it was Ronaldo.
Yeah, that was years back.
He ain't with Man United now, I think.
No, he's not been. He's not been there for a few years.
Yeah. But he was there for 2 or 3 years and didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
I thought he just came back last year or something.
No, Paul Pogba was there. The French guy.
Pogba, he came from Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah, it started off. Well, he started
Yeah.
in England.
Yeah.
He's been to Man United twice, but
Yeah.
lazy git.
First time they called him a flop. Well, he called him a flop.
Yeah, because he's lazy.
Yeah.
If you don't want to play, don't play. You know, give me all the millions. But if I just don't want to play, I'm not going to play.
What do you tell him? Chuff off?
How about
Uh,
How about McTominay? Is he any good?
Well, apart from he's Scottish, but yeah, he's all right. Yeah, tell him to chuff off, Keith. I said, chuff off out and take your chuffing boots with you, you chuff. And don't chuffing come back. Chuff head.
Ooh, they may review this for the Saints. Looks like they may get a tying touchdown here, or at least get him within a point. Nope. No, yeah, it looks like he got in. And
In
there
one of
comes
the-
the challenge flag.
In one of the Scottish league games this week, they had to bring their reserve goalie on as a forward, and he scored.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he scored. Spare goalie.
I gotta go out here and get some couple things done. I got a couple of drain pipes I gotta unclog before it rains again. Else might not be good. I'll tell you one thing, damn, Tennessee's running it down Jacksonville's throat. Damn. They are running it down. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna try to be back on here before the end of the day.
All
All
right.
right, guys.
I'm going, guys.
See you later.
All right. Still there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
And it looks like the Bengals are winning 20-0. Looks like they're going to give them the. Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, Lions are up 13-0 now.
Yeah. Let's see. I got to put that back on.
Yeah, the Browns just really decided not to.
Well, their offense can't do nothing right now.
What'd you say their quarterback's name was today?
Jeff Driscoll,
Uh,
Florida kid
okay.
that played for the Lions and the Bengals, I think.
Was it University of Florida he played for?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the name from college, but Florida doesn't.
And it looks like we have a tying touchdown or at least get them within a point for the Saints.
I didn't realize the Jaguars were actually ahead.
Yeah. And we have another field goal for the Jets and the Patriots. Or that's the tying field goal. Okay.
Well, I thought the Vikings were lining up for a field goal or something, I guess. Oh, that's right. There was a penalty against them.
Yeah, they're lining up for a field goal now. So 39-yard attempt. And it is good. So 13-3.
Mhm. Derrick Henry just ran in for a touchdown.
Okay, so I'm about to watch that then.
So that's 13-10 at the moment, favor Tennessee. That kind of looked like the old Derrick Henry there in that run.
Yeah, following the blockers. Yep.
Nice move to the outside.
Boy, if Jacksonville chokes this one away, oof. That's at least a couple in the last few years because they had one against the lowly Colts, right? In the last game of the season, and they choked it away.
I remember their playoff game against the Chargers last year when they were way behind at halftime, and the Chargers talk about choke away, man.
Yeah. Most people thought that should have got Staley fired right then and there.
Yeah.
63 yards on 7 carries for Henry. Wow, 9 yards a carry.
And as I recall,
Gee, what do you think you should do? Feed Henry.
Yeah. As I recall, the Jaguars gave the Chiefs a decent game
Yes.
in the playoffs last season. Saints Falcons tied at 14.
Which is the only reason to stay with that game. Okay, well. I kind of like how they have an even amount of 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. Just the time where there's like 3 4 o'clock games. It's like, really?
Yeah, and I think they kind of try to make it so the ones that are in, contention for playoff spots are playing at the same time. Like they got the Eagles and the Cowboys playing at the same time.
Yeah.
They got the Buccaneers playing at the same time as the Saints and the Falcons.
Let's see who the NFL leaders are for this year.
And then they put the Vikings before the Packers so that, that they don't know if the Packers played first, then the Vikings might not even have anything to play for.
Right. So let's see here. So we could have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Wow, we could have like 12 or 13 quarterbacks throw for 4,000 yards this year.
Goodness.
Well, Stafford's 35 away, Allen's 53 away, Baker's 93 away. Love needs 157. That's kind of doubtful.
Yeah.
Hurts needs 197, and Howell needs 207.
Yeah, you got to average somewhere between like 235, 240 yards a game with 17 games to get to 4,000.
Right, and 6 have already done it.
And,
Tua leads the league with Purdy, Goff, Prescott, Mahomes, and Stroud have all thrown for 4,000 yards.
yeah. And I don't imagine there's really been a lot of quarterbacks that have made all 17 starts this season.
Let's see. Mahomes, Purdy. Well, he might not start today. That's the problem.
I thought Purdy missed 1 or 2 games. Maybe not. He wasn't healthy or something, though, I think, for a couple games.
Lamar didn't start yesterday. Well, it was like the week 1 versus the week 17 starters.
Did Allen and Tua start all their games?
Yes.
Field's getting kind of white there in New England.
Oh, I wish I could see that. Huh.
So you said Mahomes started all of them?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's only 3 in the AFC then.
Yep.
Did Dak start all the games this year, or did Cooper start a game?
No, I think Dak started all his games.
The guy for Washington started most of them. I don't remember if Brissett started a game or not. Howell played in most.
Let's see.
I think Love started all the games for the Packers. I think Goff started everything, didn't he?
Yes.
I don't remember him being out.
Right. So scratch Lamar off and let's see. Josh Allen will.
And did Tampa have a backup at all this year? 1 week or something? For Mayfield?
I'm not sure.
They might have 1 week or something.
Trevor Lawrence has also played every game.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, he started all the games, but not finished them. Actually, no.
There was one game. There was one game where
last week
going to be out, but
Lawrence didn't play last week, did he? No, he didn't.
That's right. He didn't last week, and he still won with a backup.
Right.
Was it Barkley or something? The guy that started?
CJ Beathard.
Beathard. That's it. Yeah.
This is from. I got to look up something more recent because. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this Florida Times Union is gonna.
Well, an hour and a half in, I'm just going to end the live stream here for anybody that's
No problem.
And then I can stay on if you want to for a while. But
No, I think if you want to go get going, I can. I'll get going. That's fine.
Okay, I might pop on again later in the afternoon or something if you're around.
That'll work. If you want to pop on later, we can probably catch the end of the 4:00 games or whatever.
All right, that sounds good
All right.
to me.
All right.
All right. So long,
Bye.
everybody. See you a little later.